Find the value of the variable and the length of each secant segment. In this case, we wanted to get the value of segment LK, which is in here, we don't know the measure, and this is X, correct? So we want to get LK. So what do you think is the measure of LK? X. Sige, 1 minute. All right, let us now discuss problem number 9. Find the value of the variable and the length of each secant segment. So in here, we want to find the value of x. Because we have two secant segments intersecting outside the circle, we will be using theorem by theorem 12. So what is the relationship? We have the whole secant segment multiplied by its external part. Correct? Whole times external equals whole times external, right? Okay. So this is whole times external. So when I am writing the solution, I always write this so that I will not get confused later on. Okay, so whole is, if you look at this is GJ, correct? So let's write here GJ times, what is the external of GJ? We have this. This is the external of GJ. Maybe I can use the yellow-green. So GJ is the external. So what is the external of GJ? We have HJ or JH. So HJ. So we write here HJ. That's the external. This is your external. The whole is this one. That's the whole, right? So GJ is the whole, external is HJ. Equals, what is the, on the other side, we have LJ, that's the whole, LJ times KJ. KJ. LJ times KJ. So this is the external part of the other secant segment. Okay? KJ. Now, let's write the corresponding measures. GJ, the whole is 4 plus 6. HJ is 6. Correct? HJ is 6. And then LJ, how long is LJ? So LJ is, we have X plus 5. Guys, usually the error of the student is they multiply X and 5. Do not multiply the variable and the number. You have to add because you are combining the measures. When you combine the measures, when you find the entire length, you have to add x plus 5. So this is x plus 5. Then kj, what is the external? Kj is the external, right? Kj is 5. That's the external. So 4 plus 6, that's 10 times 6 equals, we distribute 5 times x, 5x, 5 times 5, 25. So this is 60 equals 5x plus 25. So 60, we transpose 25 on the other side, that will become negative 25. So we have 5x. Okay? So, correct. 60 minus 25, that's 35. Correct? So this is 35 equals 5x. We divide by 5. So therefore, what is now the value of x? 7. So x is 7. So let's use the red color. This is 7. So if you want to get the length of each secant segment, we have two secant segment, right? We have secant segment GJ. GJ is 4 plus 6, that's 10, right? And how about LJ? LJ, the whole secant segment is x is 7. So 7, x is 7, 7 plus 5, that's 12. Okay, so 10, 12. GJ is 10, LJ is 12, and then the value of x is 7. That's the final answer. All right, so find the value of the variable and the length of each secant segment. So yung length of each secant segment, in this case, for problem number 10, this time we want the variable y. So we want this, right? So therefore, what is the theorem? So same theorem with problem number 9. So you can see that you are going to use the same theorem, which is theorem 12, correct? Two secants intersecting outside the circle is theorem 12. So this is now theorem 12. So therefore, we have whole times external is whole equals whole times external. Correct? What is the whole secant segment? Here we have AC. That's the whole AC. This is your whole AC. Times what is the external? BA 4. BA is external equals whole is AE. That's whole. And then the external of AE is AD. So therefore, AC is 4 plus Y or Y plus 4. BA is 4. How long is AE? 5 plus 5. How long is AD? 5. So let's simplify, distribute. 4 times Y, 4Y, 4 times 4, 16. Then this is 10, this is 5. So 4Y equals 4y plus 16 equals 10 times 5, that's 50. 4y is 50 minus 16. Okay, next. So 50 minus 16, that's, okay, correct. 4y is 34. We divide by 4, what is the value of y? 34 over 4, you have to express this in lowest term, which is 34 divided by 2, 17. 4 divided by 2 is 2. That's 17 over 2 or approximately, okay, 8.5. Very good. 8.5. This is now the final answer. That's why. Now, we want the length of each secant segment. So what are the secant segments here? So we have AC is our secant segment, which is y plus 4, but y is equal to 8.5 plus 4, which is 12.5 units, right? 12.5 units. How long is AE? We have secant segment AE, which is 5 plus 5. That's 10 units. That's given already earlier. All right? So we have 12.5 for AC and AE is 10. So that's our final answer. This is 8.5 for Y. This is 8.5. And then for AC, we have 12.5. For AE, we have 10. Okay. So let us now solve the measure of segment PQ. So to get PQ, so let's highlight that one. So to get segment PQ, we know that PQ is a tangent segment, correct? PQ is a tangent segment. So we want PQ. So we can pair PQ with this one. So PQ is a tangent segment, then we can pair this with segment PS. Why segment PS? Because if you are going to pair that with PU, you cannot get the measure of your tangent segment because as you can see, for PQ, you still need to get UT, correct? But if you use PS, the measures are already given. So it's easy here if we use PS instead of PU. All right? So therefore, this is what? Theorem 13. By Theorem 13, PQ squared, remember that Theorem 13 states that the square of the tangent segment is always equal to the product of the secant segment and its external part. So the square of the tangent segment is always equal to the product of the whole secant segment and its external part. Whole times external. So what is the whole secant segment? We have PS. The external of PS is PR. All right? So PQ squared is what? PQ squared still because we don't know the measures yet. So PS, how long is PS? 8 plus 6. This is 8 plus 6. This is your PS, right? This is your PS. 8 plus 6. So this is 8 plus 6 multiplied by PR. How long is PR? 6. So PQ squared equals 14. 8 plus 6, 14 times 6. That's, what is 14 times 6? That's 84, right? So 84, correct. So this is now PQ squared equals 84. So again, how do we solve for PQ squared? We need to extract the root of both sides. The square root of PQ squared is only PQ. What is the square root of 84? We need to factor out 84 such that one of the factors is a perfect square. So 4 times 21. 21 times 4 is 84. What's the square root of 4? 2. Then square root of 21. But since we wanted to estimate this, we need to estimate this using your calculator. What is the square root of what is the decimal equivalent of 2 squared of 21? That's 9.2 units. So this is the exact value, and then the decimal equivalent is 9.2, and in our choice it's letter B, 9.2, right? Letter B. All right. All right. So what is the length of segment UT? So UT is this one. Let's highlight that one. This is UT, right? This is UT. So to get the measure of UT, we can use this one. The second segment, PS, PS and PU. Okay, we will use that. All right, because we want this, so we can use PS and PU. So still, we will, this time we will use theorem 12. Okay, because we already used this one. The, theorem 13 is about tangent, right? So we'll use theorem 12. So by theorem 12, we have whole times external is always equal to whole times external. Okay, what is the whole secant segment? We have PS times PR, right? PR is the external. Whole on the other side is PU times what? PT. All right, PU times PT. All right, how long is PS? PS is 8 plus 6, and then PR is 6. That's the external. How long is PU? PU is, PU guys, this is PU, right? PU is UT plus PT. So this is UT plus PT, that's PU. So let's write here, PU is UT plus PT. Uh, right, yeah, right. PU is UT plus PT times the external part is PT. All right. So we will now replace your PT. Is PT given? Yes. PT is already given as 7. So we will replace this. This is 7, right? So let's now replace that. Replace this also by 7. So because the measures are already there, 7, 7. And then what is 8 plus 6? This is 14 times 6 equals, so we have to distribute this 7 times UT and 7 times 7, right? So 7 times UT, that's 7 UT. 7 UT plus, what is 7 times 7? 49. So in here, we have, I think I can write here na lang. Okay. So 14 times 6. 14 times 6 is 84. 14 times 6, that's 84. And then, let's copy this one. 7 UT plus 49. Then 7 UT equals 84. Let's transpose 49. That's minus 49. Correct? Then our next step is to subtract 84 minus 49, which is correct, 35. So this is 35 is 7 UT. Then to solve for UT, what shall we do? We will divide this by 7, divide by 7. Therefore, UT is 35 divided by 7, 5. Therefore, the answer here is UT is 5 That's the final answer for number 11, second question. Okay? All right, next. So let us now answer problem number 12. This is an error analysis. All right, so you are familiar with the error analysis, especially in written work, because this one is normally in the problem-solving part. The two solutions show how to find the value of x. Which solution is incorrect and explain the error? Okay, I will give you 1 minute to solve this problem. All right, let us now answer this one. For the error analysis, the two solutions show how to find the value of x. Which solution is incorrect and explain the error. For this one, we know that by Theorem 13, that of the tangent segment, square of the tangent segment, square of tangent segment is always equal to the whole secant segment time its external part. So if you are going to analyze this, the tangent segment is CD. So it's CD squared or DC squared. CD or DC squared is equal to the whole. What is the whole? AC. That's the whole, right? What is the external of AC? BC. So this is the relationship. And as you can see, we have what? AC times BC. So it's letter A. This is the correct solution. AC times BC is equal to DC squared. That's the correct solution. And if you are going to solve for that, the whole secant segment is, what is the whole secant segment? 6 plus 4, that's 10. That's the whole secant segment. 4 is the external part. Then the tangent segment is this one, the square of x, that's x squared. So 10 times 4 is 40. Then it's equal to x squared. What is the square root of 40? You extract the root of both sides. Square root of 40 is 4 times 10. What is the square root of 4? 2. Then copy 10. So therefore, the value of x here is 2 square root of 10. Correct? That's the error analysis. All right, next, problem number 13. All right, let us now discuss this. Problem number 13. Find the values of x and y. So in here, we can have the tangent segment and the secant segment. So by Theorem 13, the square of the secant segment is equal to the whole secant segment times its external part. The whole is 6 plus 8 or 8 plus 6. The external is 8. 8 is the external. Then simplify x times x, that's x squared. What is 8 plus 6? 14 times 8. All right? And we know that 14 times 8 is 112, correct? So x squared is 112. 8 plus 6, 14, then times 8. That's 112, correct? And then, how do we solve the value of x? We extract the root of both sides. So, cancel, cancel. We only have square root of x squared is only x. And then you can factor out 112. Okay? So, factor out 112. All right. So, we know that the factors of 112, wherein one of the factors, the greatest perfect square, is, this is 16 times 7. 16 times 7 is 112. 16 times 7 is 112, right? Then, what is the square root of 16? 4. Then, copy square root of 7. So, the value of x here is 4 square root of 7 units. Now, how do we solve for the value of y? For the value of y, you can just use the Theorem 13, Theorem 12. You can use Theorem 12. This is a secant, another secant. All right? Two secants intersecting outside the circle is Theorem 12. So let's now write here, by theorem 12, we have what? Whole times external equals whole times external. What is the whole secant segment? Whole secant segment is 8 plus 6. If I am going to look at here, that's 8 plus 6, that's one whole. What is the external of that? 8. This is the external, right? External means outside. So that's 8. Equals, with respect to the other one, we have whole 7 plus y, correct? Or y plus 7. That's the same. This is y plus 7. That's whole. The external of this is 7. So this is now 7. And then you just simplify. So this is 14 times 8 equals, we simplify y times 7, 7y, 7 times 7, 49. So don't forget to distribute. That's very important. And then, same pa rin, we multiply 14 times 8. Okay? So please do not forget to bring your calculator para mabilis kayo mag-compute. This is also 112. Then, we will transpose 49 on the other side. 49 will become negative 49 equals 7y. Then 112 minus 49. That's 63. Correct? What is 112 minus 49? That's 63 equals 7y. So let's now write in on this part na lang. 63 equals 7y divided by 7. 63 divided by 7, that's 9, right? So this is 9. So y is 9 and x is 4 square root of 7. Alright? Correct. Y is 9. Very good. Okay, very good. Y is 9. Y is 9.